Hey everybody, welcome back to the Lightside Music Reactions. We've got a new video for you today that we're reacting to, and this is a new artist to me. Once again, I like reacting to new artists that I'm not familiar with. Her name is Rachel Holt, and I know absolutely nothing about her. I've never heard her name before, never heard any of her music, but she's starting to break out all over YouTube, and they're calling her new song, I Was Gonna Be, possibly the greatest or the most pro-life song ever. And so of course that really appeals to me. I want to check this out, and so did a quick Google search, couldn't find an official website for her, but it appears that she is on social media, on Facebook and Instagram and yeah, those sorts of things like that. But the only really information I could find about her is that she's an 18-year-old from Milan, Indiana, and apparently she is on the Old Heritage Records label, and she has a new album called Missin' Home, which was just released here in 2024. So this apparently is her new song off of that album, and it's called I Was Gonna Be. So without further ado, once again, the official video will be in the description, so if you go down to the description, you can follow that link to go ahead and see the original video and react to it there if you want to, in its entirety without the interruptions that I'm going to obviously give during my reaction. But anyway, this is Rachel Holt singing I Was Gonna Be. Okay, this says Baste Records, B-A-S-T-E.
Some don't believe I'm a living soul, just a bad mistake that needs to go. If my mama could have just seen my face, maybe she would have had me anyway. And there are those who speak for me, for lives that they can't see.
Got the little southern twang there, her voice.
There are some who only want this life of mine if I were born. And all I wanted was a chance to learn to love and laugh and dance. Oh, but I was gone before I arrived, sent back to heaven on a starlight flight. Yeah, I was gonna change the world, and I was gonna be a girl.
Okay, here we go. You know the routine by now. Tearjerkers are going to get to me. All right, let's analyze this a little bit. Beautiful song, beautiful voice. The video shows her sitting here playing her guitar. From a musician standpoint, she's just plucking two strings on that guitar. So it's kind of like the Taylor Swift sort of thing. Everybody's been bragging lately about how great of a guitarist Taylor Swift is. Taylor Swift is a great singer, but as far as guitar playing, if her skills that she shows playing her guitar live, she's a mediocre guitar player. Just like I am. You know, I don't consider myself to be an excellent guitar player, even though I play guitar in a band, have for decades. But I have never really developed my skill to the point to where I would consider myself to be a phenomenal guitar player. Now here, I like that she's playing the guitar here. It does lend some authenticity to it when you have a singer that doesn't just sing but also plays guitar. She's actually playing the chords, so she's actually playing the song, but she's just picking the 2 strings. So it's not like she's actually carrying the song with the guitar. But, you know, when you're the lead singer, the guitar's not there for you to carry the lead, unless you're like somebody like Eric Clapton, to where you're famous for playing guitar. Then you go out and you're a lead singer as well, and so you do both at the same time, and you do both with great skill. So that aside, the video is just very moving. It's showing the elements of a child that's not there. You've got the little sippy cup and the pacifier and the toys all out in the yard. No kid playing with the toys. And then her lyrics. Excuse me. I'm getting choked up. The lyrics here. Some don't believe I'm a living soul. Just a bad mistake that needs to go. I hope nobody feels like that. Everybody deserves to be wanted. Every child deserves to be wanted. But that's just the thing. There is no such thing as an unwanted child, believe me. Somebody that is, you know, aborting their child, giving them up, you know, because they don't want them, somebody else does. Adoption is out there. There are so many couples just waiting in line, wanting desperately to adopt a child that can't have children of their own. I have friends that tried for years to have children, and eventually were able to have, you know, children of their own by the grace of God. But, you know, if they were not able to have children, they would have given anything to be able to adopt a child. And there are, you know, foster parents that go out and they adopt children. They go through the process of years trying to earn the right, according to the government, to be able to adopt children. I've got friends that have gone through that process, and it is a long and arduous process of being a foster parent and eventually being able to adopt children. It's such a blessing to have children in your life. And no child is a bad mistake. God doesn't make mistakes. No one is a mistake. We make mistakes. That's part of being human, but we are not a mistake. And so I think about whenever they have the pro-life marches in January every year, and they have the speakers get up and tell their stories, the people who have survived abortions, that their mothers gave them up, maybe changed their minds, and did not have the abortion but was going to, and now they are alive because of that decision. And others that their mothers attempted the abortion but it was botched and they ended up surviving. And I just see these beautiful souls, and I think about the fact that there are people out there that do not want these children, and so they think that nobody wants them. If you are a child like that, you've been adopted into a family. If you're a child of adoption, you are so blessed, because even though your biological parents may not have wanted you, somebody did. Your real parents, the ones who didn't give birth to you with their bodies, but gave you life with their love. It's so powerful, and I just wish in our society that we could see this for such the atrocity that it is. And one day, I honestly believe that we will look back, our descendants will look back upon this era that we allowed this to happen, and look upon it the same way we look at slavery today. We look at it today and we think, how in the world could we have let that happen for so long? It's just atrocious, and it's unspeakable, and we can't imagine that anybody would excuse it. This is the same thing, or worse. This is the atrocity of our generation, of my lifetime and my parents' lifetime, and going back to my grandparents' lifetime. This is the greatest atrocity I think that this world has ever faced. And it comes down to her first line, some don't believe I'm a living soul. Well, science proves that it is. Science proves that it is human from conception. It is living. It is alive. There is some point when the egg meets the sperm and it becomes. I'm sorry for using these terminologies, but this is scientific terminology. When it actually becomes a living being, and it is human. It is an innocent human life, and that's not just from a religious standpoint. That's from science. Medical science has proven it over and over again. And where do you measure life from? From heartbeat, from brain activity. You just ask a medical examiner, how do you determine life? When somebody dies, how do they determine whether they're alive or dead or not? By their heartbeat. If their heart stops beating, they can start that back up. If there's brain activity, they're still alive. If the brain stops, they're still brain dead, but their heart's still beating, they're still alive. And they can, if the brain's not shut off, the blood flow to the brain's not shut off for too long of a time, then they can, kickstart the heart or kickstart the brain and, get that back. And so brain activity and heartbeat, if you've got both of those, it is definitely, absolutely, scientifically alive. That's the way we measure it. And so I just don't get it how people excuse, especially late-term abortions. And I've got no words. But some don't believe I'm a living soul, just a bad mistake that needs to go. If my mama could have just seen my face, maybe she would have had me anyway. There's a lot of truth to that, and that has been scientifically proven as well. And then, in fact, there's a charity out there called PreBorn. If you want to check it out, I'll try to find the link to that, and I'll put that in the description also, in case you want to support them. But they are this charity that is not taxpayer funded. It's just from whoever wants to donate to it. And what they do is they provide parental services for those that are seeking abortions, and help them to find better decisions, other options, and to take care of the mother and the child both, to treat them both with dignity, with respect, and with love, and with the human dignity and human rights that they deserve. The fundamental, unalienable, God-given right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness that we all deserve, and that comes from God, not from government. That government can't take it away, and yet they do every single day. And it's just an atrocity. But this one of the things in particular that they do is they provide ultrasounds for those that want to have them, the mothers, so that they can hear the heartbeat of their baby before they make that final decision to have the abortion. And the majority of times that those that do hear the abortions, the women, or hear the heartbeats, the women do change their minds. And so when they do, this organization is not only there to provide that information, to provide those ultrasounds, but also to be there when they do decide to have the child, to provide resources for them to be able to take care of them. And that's one of the things that we, the pro-life movement, have been criticized for in the past is, you care about them when they're in the womb, but once they come out, you don't. Well, that's not true. We do love the child. We do love the mother. We love them both. The abortion stops a beating heart, and it is devastating to the child and the mother. Long term, looking back, there are future ramifications for the mother as well. And so it's just all around a good decision, the best decision for everybody involved to go ahead and have the child. And if you can't take care of it, if you don't want to take care of it, and then just put it up for adoption and let somebody else have that love and let that child have its life that it was born to have, that it was created in God's image to have. But the line here, if my mama could have just seen my face, maybe she would have had me anyway. I believe that's true. And so organizations like PreBorn that give them that opportunity, I think are doing God's work in helping so that these children do have a chance at life. Continuing with the lyrics here, there are those who speak for me, who fight for lives that they can't see. But there are some who only mourn this life of mine if I were born. Now, how sad is that that somebody would mourn that this child existed? That they would see that as the bad thing. That the bad result is that this child actually exists. That is horrible. And I can't believe that people would believe that and feel that way, but there are many that do. All I wanted was a chance to learn and love and laugh and dance, but I was gone before I arrived, sent back to heaven on a starlight flight. Yeah, I was going to change the world. I was going to be a girl. And, of course, we've all heard that argument, too. What if this child grew up to be, Nobel-winning, Peace Prize sort of person that does so much to further and save humanity? And then the counter-argument for that is, well, what if they grew up to be Hitler? So, really, that's not a great argument to get back and forth again because, we don't know what their future is going to hold. We don't know what anybody's future is going to hold, who they're going to become. But we don't have the right, morally speaking, to take that life on the off chance that they could be a bad person. We don't know that. You can't convict somebody of a crime before they're even born. I mean, you don't convict somebody of a crime before they do it, let alone before they're even born. You think of the movie, Tom Cruise movie, Minority Report. If you ever get a chance to watch that, it deals with that, pre-crime. Convicting somebody on what they're predicted to do in the future, sort of thing. And so the best argument isn't who are they, who will they become, but are they human? Are they human? Do they have a right to that life? And the scientific answer, not the religious answer, the scientific answer, the medical answer is absolutely yes. Okay, let's get back into the second verse.
First thing I was gonna do was breathe and fall in love with you. But a couple of weeks before I saw the light, I figured out when you changed your mind.
All right. Now, I'm a father. I'm a parent. And any of you who are parents know that love that you have for your child. If you've ever experienced the birth of your child and to see that little baby and to know that it's a part of you and a part of the person that you love, and it's a creation of God and it's a creation that you helped bring into this world, it is just so amazing. And that love, that bond that you have with that child is just so amazing. And her description is just so poetic here. The first thing I was going to do was breathe and fall in love with you. And there is a certain love. I've talked about this in another recent video. There's a certain love that parents have with their children, a bond that they have that is just so powerful, and it's created right there from the moment you first lay eyes on them, and even before that, but especially at that point. As you see them grow in the womb, and you see the mother, her body go through the changes, and you realize there's a child in there. You love them, all the way back then, but especially when they're born, there's just something that when you experience it, you know what I'm talking about. And it's just so tragic. But a couple weeks before I saw the light, my light flickered out when you changed your mind. Beautiful vocals, beautiful singing, nice harmony. Okay, these last two lines here. But I was gone before I arrived, sent back to heaven on a starlit flight. This is touching home for me because of my own background. As many of you already know, I had a Christian band called Krusade, spelled with a K, that we put out 3 different CDs, and on our second CD, self-titled Krusade, there was a song on there called Mouths of Babes. It's a song that I wrote, and we just uploaded it this past week on Sunday morning. So I'll put a link in the description. You can go check that video out as well, to the official audio for that song. But in Mouths of Babes, I talk about sexual abuse from 3 different perspectives. In the introduction to the song, I play a piano. That's me. I wrote the song, so I played the piano on it and did the narration on the introduction to the song. And then Scott, our drummer, sings the lead vocals on the first verse and chorus, and then I sing the lead vocals on the second verse, and then we continue with the song. But in the introduction to the song is actually a poem that I wrote called "The Ghost That Never Was." And as she says this line, I was gone before I arrived. It reminds me of that. And so I encourage you to go check out that link as well when you get a chance, and let me know what you think of it. But I was gone before I arrived, sent back to heaven on a starlight flight.
I was gonna have some pretty curls. I was gonna be a girl. I'm more than just someone that stands or some burden that you think I am. And there ain't no man who's ever gonna be what I was gonna be.
And that's basically what it comes down to, is every single one of us is unique. We are created in God's image. It doesn't matter what we predict might become of us in the future, who we might become. We are each unique, created in God's image, just like a snowflake. They say there's no two alike, and I don't know if that's scientifically accurate or not. But I know that even though we've got our doppelgangers, you've heard of that, there's somebody halfway across the world that looks like you, maybe even has a lot of the same mannerisms as you, particularly when you think of twins. But even with twins, they're not 100% alike. They are different individuals. And every one of us is loved, deserves to be loved by a parent, but every one of us is loved by God. And when a biological parent, can't provide that love, or won't, for whatever reason, at least they could allow that child to find somebody else who can give it to them. And there ain't no man that's ever going to be who they were going to be. And that is so tragic. It's a beautiful song.
Some don't believe I'm a living soul. Just a bad mistake that needs to go.
Oh, beautiful ending. I love that. She didn't resolve the chord. Left it unresolved. And that is so poetic, just in that choice right there, that they didn't resolve that chord. And that gives the musical interpretation of a life cut short. Unresolved. Not allowed to come to completion. To live the life that they deserve to live, they were created to live. Just so beautiful. A lot of our fans of my band really love that song, Mouths of Babes. But after hearing this moves me. like my own song that I wrote, doesn't move me. It does. Mouths of Babes moves me. But this is just such a beautiful, moving song. And it's so sad and tragic. I absolutely love it. So, yeah, go ahead and check out her video. Give her some support. The link is in the description. That's Rachel Holt from Baste Records. And the song is I Was Gonna Be. Go ahead and comment your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, give me recommendations on some other music that you think I should listen to. Particularly new artists that I may not be familiar with and songs. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, once again, hit the like button, comment down below. Subscribe to the channel, please, and turn on notifications so that you know when we add new videos. And check out our other content, because there's a lot of stuff on here that hopefully you'll find some enjoyment in some of it. Anyway, thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time on the Light Side Music Reactions. Bye, everybody. God bless.